Sup YouTube, back with number 11 here. Just finished up some steak, some dinner. Was working out today. We had some single arm deadlifts today, 5 rep max in that. That was a good little burner. Worked up to 315 there. Hit some snatches today, trying to build up to a bodyweight snatch. I am terrible at snatching. I can clean pretty good. We've cleaned since high school. Have so many reps. Like, it's such a cool thing to look at, like when you just got all those reps in high school, you're killing it in high school, you're crushing it in high school, and how many reps you have building up to that moment and how long that carries over. Like, I can pick up a clean and throw on a ridiculous amount of weight, continue to do it, and the form picks up within a week. Whereas a snatch, we never did snatches in high school. And this talking about, we had a really good high school program, but we didn't snatch in high school because we were told it was bad to go overhead. So like these ideas of constraining the body for no reason other than like it's just an idea, and then how it has long-term effects kind of comes out to play all the time. But just finished up, we did some snatching today, some jumps, a lot of depth drops. We had 50 depth drops today, building up a depth drop program. A lot like from Dax stuff. I've been pretty inspired by a lot of his work, and building up reps, building up sets there, really pushing the height there. I've been really enjoying the returns from that. It was been hitting some crazy PRs and crazy vertical numbers and crazy flying 10 numbers from not really doing it and being as lean as I was the last time that I hit those numbers. So now we're leaning out with our diet and we're doing this stuff. So hopefully we can break 1 second in the flying 10, which is my goal, running like a 9.9, 9.8. That'd be pretty sweet at 230, 225 ish. That's cooking. That's cooking. We'd be sweet. We'd be sweet on the softball field. What else did we do today? Today was kind of one of those days where it just kind of disappears. Like maybe we talk about this. I had something else that was thinking about that I was going to talk about, but maybe we talk about this. It's like everybody thinks they don't want things to do. Like they want freedom in their life. They want unscheduled days. They want vacation. But it's just not true. Like, I find it over and over again. My least busy days are my least productive days, and they're my least fulfilling days every single time. Thursday and Friday are my lighter work days. We had a consult today, and I had my morning session. But other than that, I had work from 6 to 8, and then from 8 until 5 p.m., I had nothing to do all day other than, like, make content and do small things like that. And I was just very unproductive, man. I had no energy. It wasn't even that I was trying to be unproductive or lazy, but I just felt like I had no motivation, no drive to do anything today. And the more that I think about it, it's like the less rock that you bear every single day. Like, I knew I didn't have a rock I needed to bear that day. The less you have energy to bear a rock, like your body knows that. So then you kind of just sit around, and it's never like these catch-up days like you think they're going to be. It's always like you just get way less done. You feel way less fulfilled. So I think the more that you do in a day, honestly, the better there. And the bigger the rock that you carry, the more energy you are going to have to carry these rocks. And I find that continually, like, oh, I'm going to overbook myself, I'm going to do this. And every time I finish one of those busy days, I feel really fucking good about myself and I feel energized. It's not like I'm completely worn out. It's like, oh man, what's the next big idea? What's the next big idea? And trying to build some of those things out has been really fun for me, and trying to fill up my schedule and being all right with my schedule. And again, it's a little bit of a psyops that I was stuck into, because there's a difference between doing a bunch of things you don't. I should clean that up, because there's a difference between doing a bunch of things that you hate doing and are forced to do versus doing a bunch of things that you enjoy doing and have a bigger purpose for. So like Yokem Strength, I want to fill my schedule as much as possible with Yokem Strength stuff, but I realize I have also left the game of being trapped in this, because if this was the college route where I was still doing things that I didn't enjoy and I was repeatedly like having to do things that I wasn't rewarded for, there was no way forward, I continually felt trapped. And after the end of those days, I felt burnt out and just like hated life and had no energy. But now that I'm at this point where Yokem Strength, I enjoy what I'm doing, I have a little bit of a mission, I'm going forward, the more that I fill up those days, the better. So it's like I was stuck in the psyops of I want autonomy and freedom a little bit with Yokem Strength without realizing I wanted the autonomy and freedom to leave the things that I don't want to do. And now I have all that energy to put into things that I do want to do. And it's okay to be busy when I'm doing things that I want to do. Like I'm still stuck in the like thought process of, well, if you're busy, you're not free. And in some regards, that's true, but that was way more true over here, to where now it's like I can fill up my schedule a little bit more and do things that I enjoy and be with people that I enjoy. And the less that I fill up the schedule, the more I have these open days from 8 to 5 where there's really no negative to not doing anything, the less good I feel about myself. So still some thoughts I'm working on there, but that kind of spurred up the thought from last night when I was writing. Like, I was reading this book, the Odyssey of the Iliad. I think it's the Iliad right now that I'm reading. Sorry, I'm terrible at titles, but reading the Iliad right now. And I was looking through, just thinking about my writing and everything that I've done. And it's like, what is my life's work? Like, you see these books. I'm just looking at my bookshelf right now, and these are like pieces of fully developed art and impactful and here forever. And you see it all over. And how clear your life has to be when you have a piece of life work that you're working on like that. You have a book that will be there forever. You have something like the Iliad. You have something like Nietzsche's books. Like, those are books where your life mission has to be so incredibly clear. Like, I am going to answer this problem through my book that will be here forever, that will help people forever, and I'm going to put my whole soul into it. And when you have things like that in your life becomes way less confusing. You have way less time to overthink things. You have way less time to create your own problems, because we as humans love problems, and we love solving problems, and we love being in the midst of chaos. So if we don't have real chaos, we create chaos in our lives. And you see that all the time with people that are not doing good things with their lives. They are going to inevitably do bad things with their lives, because we have all that energy and we want to be in that chaos and we want to feel like we're progressing, even if it is progressing backwards. I've seen it so many times in life with friends and loved ones. We're just like, man, what are you doing? But it's like, there's no life purpose. There's nothing that drives them. And that's really been something that I've been thinking about, is like, what is my bigger life purpose? What is, not even life purpose, not purpose. Purpose isn't the word. Work. What is my life's work? And what is a piece of life work that I can create that will clear up my life in that setting, that I can put my entire soul into? And Yoakum Strength and the post and building up these YouTube videos are great, but it's like, what is that tangible piece, man? Like, what is that thing that you can pour your whole entire soul into and be drawn to and be called to fulfill and do? And that's something that I'm working on. Like, what is that for me? I have ideas, I have thought processes, but I really believe in Nietzsche's thing, where it's like, when you are called to do it, you will be called to do it, and you will know. And I feel like, and this is, I don't want this to be construed as like I'm lost. It's like, I feel like I have a good path forward right now. I'm pretty satisfied with my life. I have a lot of really good things. I have a lot of good things I'm working on, but they seem like smaller pieces to a puzzle. And I'm waiting for that call to, what is that bigger piece? What is that piece of art that I'm building up for? And I felt that throughout a lot of parts of life. It seems to go on this kind of cycle of like small. You don't really know what you're doing. And when you're younger, especially when I was younger, it's like these small things, and you feel that longing to do something big, and you're only doing the small things, and you really start to get nihilistic and lost, and like, what the fuck is the point of all this? Like, why am I doing all these small things? And then that big thing always pops up out of nowhere. It's like that challenge arises for you, pops up out of nowhere, and then you're like, oh, that's what I was building up for. And I've gone through a couple of those cycles, and now it's like, okay, I'm building up these small things, and I understand now. It's a little bit more comforting to know that, okay, this is going to lead to a bigger calling, but it feels like I'm just waiting for that bigger calling, waiting for that bigger piece. And it's kind of exciting. Like, I've been on the edge of my seats for probably a couple months now, like waiting for that piece. I like, okay, now I got the energy back. I got like this life drive back. And this is always seems like when this big mission comes up in life, and the next piece of art that we're ready to create. And so I'm excited. I'm waiting for that. I'm looking for that piece to come alive, so then my life simplifies again. And then it goes through, you complete that life's work, and then you come back out, and it's the next circle of chaos. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've been thinking about that a lot. What is your life's work? What is the thing that drives your soul? What is the rock that you're carrying every day to clear up your life? And if your life is not clear, if it feels confusing, if it feels like you're lost, if it feels purposeless, go pick up a bigger rock. Go try to find that life's work. Don't go into the direction of, if you feel too busy, you feel lost. A lot of people, I think, and I've been here myself, where it's like, you feel lost, you feel confused, you feel like you need to take a step back of everything, you need to go internal, you need to take less out of your life, and inevitably every single time, like, you're lost because you individually are lost, and then you pull yourself out of anything that gives you direction, and then you're just stuck with you yourself that is lost, and you get more lost, and now you don't feel like you are contributing member of society, and then you lose like a purpose piece, like an actual purpose piece. Like you're not a tool for society anymore, which I'm not saying being a tool for society is your only purpose on this earth, but it is something that we are drawn to do. And when you lose that piece, you really sit in that kind of internal dialogue of what is next, what's happening. So I challenge those people, if you feel like that, go pick up a rock, go do something more and see where that takes you. Because I guarantee when you do really, this is going to sound hallmarky again, but when you do hard things, you have to put so much into that thing that the rest of your life clears up, because you don't have the options. Like construction jobs really click for me. Like these high school kids that went into construction jobs, like they can't go party. You got to be up at 6 a.m, you know, like you have to put all of your work, all of your life into that job. And I'm not saying that's the end goal for that job, but how much that has cleared up those high schoolers' lives, and when I was in it too, is like cleared up my life. It's like I know where I have to be at what time. I know my responsibilities in that job, and the rest of my life had to clear up because I know I have to eat before work. I know I have to eat after work, and these are the times that I have to do it. And that structure and that light in our lives can be really helpful in moments where you feel like you are not there yet. So just a thought I had. Carry that rock. The more that you do, the more fulfilled you're probably going to be, especially once you escape the you have to do it, because I don't think that's really the true work that I'm talking about. Like when you have to do something for money, it's not that soul releasing life work thing that you're building up for. That is just, I'm surviving. But try to find something that you can take on extra to clear up that life, to settle in your schedule, to make sure you're on the path, and then go look for your life work and listen to the soul when it's calling for you. So a couple things I've been thinking about, pretty excited for that calling when it comes. And I think YouTube might be a little bit part of that. I've been really enjoying these talks just for myself. It like gets my philosophical urge out to develop these ideas and work on these ideas. And it's been going better than I thought, actually. Like I've grown accustomed to talking to the camera. I know these are rants. I know I'm working on it. But I've enjoyed that thought process, and almost a little bit too much. Like I've been memeing too much on Instagram and not doing some deeper thought processes on there. So sorry for the community that is there and not watching on YouTube here, but it's like I get my philosophical urge out on YouTube, and I know I have the ability to long form on YouTube, so I don't have to long form on Instagram. So then I short form on Instagram. I've been doing that a little bit too much. So maybe do a little bit more long form on Instagram here coming up. That's a good idea for myself. That's good to know, Austin. But yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for putting up with these rants. This was 12 minutes. I was going to make this one shorter, but apparently we didn't do that. Tomorrow we got Q&As, so if you got a good question, shoot them in the Friday Q&A on Instagram, and then we're going to film another long-form video, an actual long-form video. It'll probably be shorter than some of these daily thoughts about some pain and injury and how to recover from those. So that's our Friday schedule, and we'll see you then. Boom.